Hey yo, what's up everybody? It is the King Hitman here, and yes, we have LR Goku Black's details. Finally, his easy. I was getting stressed because some of y'all were like making me talk about it, and I wanted to talk about it, but technically we shouldn't have known about it, and the community's really on edge right now. So I didn't want to push any buttons and get people excited, and then he comes out in like, I don't know, like November or something. I just was really getting concerned about how late they were dropping him. But clearly he is on the way to JP and Global. I have no concern. He's not on Global, like, he's in Global's database. He's untranslated, right? So he's certainly coming to both versions. They just haven't done the data download update yet. He's on the way. But if you want his details, we're about to go over it right now. Now, before we get into this, I know his details already. I usually hop into these blind. Whenever I'm not blind, I tell you guys, such as right now. He's good, just he's not what, let me make sure. He's not gonna bounce off the page the way AGL Zamasu did. How about we put it like that? But he's really good, and we're gonna tell you, I'm gonna break down why. You guys know me, right? Alright, so when we start off with him, his leader skills are relevant. We couldn't care less about that upon easy A. His super attack, now that before his blank slate, he greatly raised defense on both super attacks for one turn. So now he greatly raises attack and defense on his 18 key. That's all that's really changed. Now when we get into his passive, I like him. I like him more than I thought I would when I realized what his defensive level is, and I'm going to tell you guys in a moment. 3 key attack and defense, 160%. He gets 8% attack and defense each time you get 1 key, up to 160%. He gets 3 key when key is 18 or more, which is really an interesting idea because it's like they're trying to make sure you can get this next mechanic, which is he launches a guaranteed additional super attack when key is 20 or more. That's a really, I wonder what, like, usually when they do weird things like that, finicky abilities like that, it's based on something the character does. I'm not sure if it's like him stabbing himself with the scythe, or I wonder what triggers that. It must be in reference to the scythe, but you know what I mean, right? Like AGL Zamasu healing all the time. That's based on his, immortality. All Zamasus pretty much heal or have some sort of durability mechanic. That's based on his immortality. I think that this 3 key when key is 18 or more, and then the super attack has to be based on his scythe. Like when he does that scene, which we could certainly still get another rose for. Key plus 6, a high chance to perform a critical hit when you get a final blow. I don't really like that mechanic. I hate that mechanic. If you know me, you know I hate that mechanic. I told them don't buff that mechanic. Leave it as it is. We don't care for it. We don't need it. And make sure his kit isn't based around it like the STR Rosés one kind of was, but it's not as egregious as the TUR Rosé, so it's fine. The 6 key is going to just make sure you never have to worry about him again. The high chance to crit is cool, but I feel like you're going to give this guy crit anyway. Like I'm not happy about it. I wanted to give him a lot of additional. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to give him additional and dodge, but it is what it is. You're probably going to give him a lot of crit. I understand it. He gets 6% HP when HP is 66% or above. He recovers 6% HP after he has been hit. So another Zamasu-esque unit that is healing you over and over and over and over again. I can't lie, as these abilities come out, I gotta make sure we talk about this. As this ability comes out, it becomes ever so slightly, but yet ever so moderately difficult to trigger Tech Zamasu's domain as soon as possible, right? Because his domain will trigger if you have 70% of HP starting from turn 5, which is the same as Vegito Blue, except this duo is insufferable, so it's not anywhere near as bad. Now, it's not a bad thing that you can't trigger it as soon as you want, but it's definitely not ideal. I am tired of these ads. I understand, Wiki. I get it. But yeah, it's not as egregious, but it's definitely something that can piss me off every once in a while, waiting the extra turn before I have access to Zamasu's ability. We'll see what it is for sure, though, how it affects the team. But there's a heal every single unit on the extreme class variation of the team heals. LR Rose and Zamasu. Matter of fact, let's just go through the list. LR Rose and Zamasu heal. Tech Merge Zamasu doesn't he doesn't heal, so I guess matter of fact I gotta take that back. But whatever, he doesn't heal in this state, but his defense will be, you know, a heat orb changes in his second state. He's creating tech orbs that'll help certain units. So maybe I should just it just defeats my whole purpose of the statement. The leader of the team doesn't heal, right? But Rose and Zamasu heal. Int Merge Zamasu don't care. Don't worry about him. Int LR Rose now heals, and then you scroll down, AGL Zamasu heals. Int Goku Black, he's gaining enough defense to where when you do trigger his abilities, when you trigger, you know, having all of the stack defense and then gathering into orbs, he can stack his defense high enough on the later turns where you are recovering a fair amount of HP. It's not like massive pools of HP, but it's definitely not insignificant. Int Zamasu, the normal Int banner unit Zamasu, he's always healing, bro. It's crazy how much this team is regenerating, bro. It's weird seeing a Zamasu team be built like a Metamorphosis team, or like a, I don't know, like a Majin Buu type of team. It's very nice to see. I like it. But yeah, for sure. And especially like 6% HP and then another 6% HP used to be like, okay, like I heal back 90k, like maybe I heal back 100k. These numbers, bro. Well, matter of fact, let me bump that down. You like, maybe I healed, you know, 60 or 80k. Now you're healing like over 100k on most of these turns, because the orb generation plus the healing at the start of turn, plus some of these guys heal at the end of turn. You know, Int Zamasu, the banner EZA, the sub EZA, he's healing on every super attack. These things are all there, so you got to make sure that you're considering this team's HP is kind of misleading you, because it's so hard to take them down. You have to one-shot them on a lot of situations, or you have to take away, you know, 30-40% HP at a time. You're not going to wear this team out. If you're at 80% HP, you're basically at 100% HP if you're walking into that next turn. It's very interesting. I like it a lot. And then, you know, all the mitigation on the team makes it significantly harder to take damage. This guy does not have any level of mitigation, which was my concern, which is what I thought they were going to not give him. They didn't give it to him. I saw calcs, or I was given calcs that insinuate this guy's going to be around 1 million defense when he does both of his super attacks. He'll probably be around like 1.1 when he does a third super attack, that second 12 key. But I wouldn't depend on that at all. We'll see what it is, but we're not done. We do have a rage condition. We don't know if it's updated. The Dokkan Wiki doesn't know if it's updated, so don't overreact to his condition, which was a pretty egregious condition. But yeah, 6 turn, 66% or less HP. Back then it did not matter. I feel like it's not as bad nowadays. I mean, you'll see it sometimes. You're definitely not going to see it consistently, but we'll see what it is. Nowadays, it gives him 6 key no matter what. He gets an additional 2 key per key sphere obtained, and he is super effective against every typing. Now, before he did have the super effective, he did get 1 key per key sphere obtained, but the plus 2 key, goodness, bro, are you kidding me? And then he's greatly raising attack temporarily on each super. He's massively raising attack temporarily on his 18 key super. I really like, and these names are pretty like, I don't know, melancholy. They're pretty I forgot the word. Pretty depressing, I guess. Scythe of Sorrow, Funeral Song of Ire. These are horrifying names, bro. But yeah, no, seriously, this is a good buff for a lot of teams. And because Rose is a villain, you know, he has the Kamehameha, he has Fierce Battle, he has Super Saiyan. These abilities, along with Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, Dismal Future, Legendary Power, are gonna make it so that he can be run on a multitude of teams. He doesn't just have to be with the villains. Zamasu kind of has the concern where he kind of just wants to be like, you know, nowadays, Godly Power, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, Dismal Future, it's not as bad because they filled out Future. But outside of the Future team, because of the blue duo, right, they have Godly Power too. Of course, the other Zamasus do. But when you're running Rose on superclass teams, this was always what he was good at. He was good at being alongside heroes. The LR, not as much because he doesn't have Prepare for Battle like the old AGL one does. But you get what I'm saying. I like this guy. I like him a lot. Now, you could compare him to his TUR and say, oh, but Hitman, they're both susceptible to AoEs. They're both going to get obliterated by AoEs. Yes. Yes. I don't have an argument against that. You cannot, he's not going to be efficient in the Merge Zamasu event no matter what, because he's type disadvantaged anyway. He has no business going in there in that second phase. The AoE phase is going to obliterate him. He's unrunnable in there. He's unrun. You guys are going to try to prove me wrong, but you get what I'm saying. He's unrunnable in that event specifically, that challenge stage. However, every other stage where you don't have to worry about the immediate AoEs, he's gonna be fair, and like he takes a super attack, you're getting cracked. I'm being honest with you. It is what it is. But the damage he's doing is gonna be massive. The abilities he has, if he does triple super, you should be capable of living. I don't want to say you'll live, but you should be capable of living. We'll see. Of course, I'm gonna experiment with him. I have him 69%. Yeah, I have him with a dupe waiting to be invested. But yeah, he's on a lot of teams. He's on so many teams, bro. Extreme Class Kamehameha gets another buff. It does not have many Extreme Class units, so whenever we get it, we need to talk about it. I do think it's pretty nice, you know, LR. For example, let's just put it like this. You can run Rose. I said this in a way earlier. You can run Rose on whatever variation of any team you want to. And if he's the worst unit on your team in certain events, your team is probably pretty good. Like, I can stand him being my 6th unit. It's not ideal. You know, he's not, like I said, he's not AGL Zamasu level, which is really starting to put in perspective. They might have overdone it with AGL Zamasu and not realized it. But yeah, it definitely shows you how good AGL Zamasu's EZA is. That the LR EZAs are the ones they really get nervous about. They only like to go in when it's the Dokkan Fest LR EZAs. When it's normal yellow coins, they get a little careful with those. They try not to overdo it with these guys. So they hold back a little bit. I don't think they held back with this guy. I think he's modernized. I think he's good enough. I think he's going to perform very well. The guaranteed additional super attack you're going to see very consistently, which means you're going to see his hidden potential very consistently. He'll do his thing. He'll do his thing. I'm not worried about it. Now, I think that's all I've really got for you guys. What other thoughts could I have? I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys. Another Big Bad Boss is buff, obviously. But yeah, I guess we're good there. It is the Young King Hitman. Y'all know me, man. I'll talk your ears off, so it's good I let y'all go now. Young Hitman is off this.